Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And welcome to a new episode of the science class for year 3. So before we start our lesson, we shall recite dua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Moving on to a new topic which is still related about grouping living things. This week we shall talk about what animals eat. Animals can be grouped by what animals eat. So our objectives is to group animals by the type of food animals eat, that is plants or animals or plants and animals. So what we need to do this week is to talk about what animals eat, and then we shall group animals according to what they eat. So before we move on to the new topic of what animals eat, let us recap last 2 weeks lesson 2. The lesson that we have learned is about grouping animals by how animals move. There are 5 ways on how animals move. One is some animals, when they want to go from one place to another, they run or walk. Some animals, they jump. Some animals fly. Some animals swim, and some animals crawl. So moving on to last week topics, animals body covering. There are 3 types of groups. Animals can be divided into 3 groups based on their body covering. Some animals are covered in fur, some animals are covered in feather, and some animals are covered in scales. So this week we shall talk about grouping animals by what animals eat, and then we shall talk about next week grouping animals by where they live. Moving on to what animals eat, animals can be grouped by the type of food they eat. In this lesson, we shall talk about 3 groups of animals. One is herbivores, the second one is carnivores, and the third one is omnivores. It sounds more or less like Omicron, but no, we shall talk about omnivores, not the virus Omicron. So what is herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores? So let's take a look one by one. Herbivores. Herbivores means animals that eat plants only. Plants means any types of parts of the plants, maybe the leaves, maybe the roots, maybe the shoots, maybe the tree itself. So let's take a look. Let us guess there are few parts of plants that animals love to eat. And the question is, what animals love this part of plant? Now here we can see there's wood, grass. Now everything is still parts of a plant. We call this plant. But some animals love wood. Some animals love to eat grass. Some animals love to eat bamboo leaves. And then some animals love to eat nuts. And then some animals love to eat these leaves. What is this? Acacia leaves or nectar. Nectar is a liquid inside the flower which is quite sweet, a little sweet. And next, some animals love to eat eucalyptus leaves. So what animals love to eat these parts of the plants? Now let's move on. Let's check guess the animal. So we start with wood. Wood. Now some animals love to eat wood. Like what? What animals likes to eat wood? Not cow, of course. Cow do not eat wood, but one animals love to eat wood, that is termites. Termites, or in Malay would be anai-anai. Anai-anai or termites. Termites, if there's more than one, loves to eat wood. Now, what animals love to eat grass? So this is quite easy. There's a few types of animals that love to eat grass that we know. Cow and horse. Cow loves to eat grass and horse loves to eat grass. How about this? Bamboo leaves. We have learned that I believe that we know one or two animals that loves to eat bamboo leaves, but the most common animals that eat bamboo leaves would be a panda. Panda love bamboo leaves. Now let me tell you, not that panda cannot eat these animals like the one I mentioned just now, not that they cannot eat other parts of the plant, but these parts of the plants are what they love most. Dorang paling suka makanan ya, panda paling suka makan bambu ya. Panda loves to eat bamboo leaves. It's favorite. They can eat other parts of the plants too, like fruits, of course. But the best food that they like to eat was bamboo leaves. Okay, next plant. This is its favorite. This animal loves to eat nuts. That is a squirrel. Squirrel love to eat nuts. To eat nuts. What? I'm not sure. I think this type of nuts, especially this side. I think I'm not sure what nuts is that. But then in your book, squirrel loves to eat nuts. Next, acacia leaves. Acacia leaves come from acacia plant, and this animal loves to eat acacia leaves. This plant is very tall, very high, and very hard to reach, except for this animal, which is a giraffe. Giraffe is very tall, so it can reach acacia leaves, the tall leaves, the high leaves on tall plants, and it loves to eat this acacia leaves. Giraffe loves to eat acacia leaves. Next, nectar. Nectar is a liquid inside flowers, usually inside flowers, and it's quite sweet, a little sweet, and some animals love to eat nectars. Here would be hummingbird. There are few animals that I know loves to eat nectar. One of it is hummingbird. Now next plant would be eucalyptus leaves. Eucalyptus leaves comes from eucalyptus plant. And then there's one animal who loves eucalyptus leaves. That is a koala. A koala loves eucalyptus leaves. I'm not sure why, but it is its favorite. So these animals, koala, hummingbird, giraffe, squirrel, panda, cow and horse, termites, they eat plants. They eat plants, grass, wood, bamboo leaves, nuts, acacia leaves, nectar, and eucalyptus leaf. They eat plants, or they eat parts of the plants only. They don't eat other things except plants or parts of the plants. So they are called herbivores. Herbivores. Okay. Now, what other animals can be placed in herbivores group? We shall talk about it in our Zoom online lesson in the future this Tuesday. Now we shall move on to carnivores. What does a carnivores means? Carnivores means animals that eat animals only. These types of animals only eat animals, only eat any kinds of animals, like maybe a big animal or a small animal like grasshopper, or maybe like bugs is also called a type of animal. which is what we call insect. You might learn this in future years later, yeah, year 4 or year 5. But the thing is, animals that eat animals only are called carnivores group, carnivores. Okay. Now animals that eat animals only are shark, and shark eats seal. Shark also eat turtle, sea turtle. Now shark eat animals like seal. Shark does not eat fruits. Shark do not eat trees or plants. Shark do not eat other things. Plants, no plants. It only eats animals only. How about also squid? Also squid. Shark eats squid. Now shark loves to eat animals. Okay. Next animal. This is not shark. Let me correct that. That is called jellyfish. Let me correct that in a second. No, 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 no. No, 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 termite. No, no, no. Carnivores. Okay. This is not shark. Let me correct that. That is called. Eh? Okay. That is called jellyfish. Alright. Now that is called jellyfish, and jellyfish eats animals. It's a carnivore like a shark. But jellyfish don't really eat turtles, of course. It eat different kinds of animals, such as smaller animals such as shrimps or maybe reef fish, some smaller animals, even turtle eat jellyfish. Now remember, jellyfish do not eat turtle eat jellyfish. I will explain that later. Okay, now jellyfish eats these two types of animals or maybe more other types of fish. Shrimps, maybe other types of animals. Okay. Next animal would be scorpion. Scorpion also a carnivores group. Scorpion in the carnivores group, it eats rats and grasshopper. It depends, but then it eats both rats and grasshopper. Okay. How about cheetah? Cheetah, yeah, as we know, cheetah eats animals like a deer or a rabbit, depends. A deer or rabbit, it can eat both of them whenever it can catch one. Next animal, snake. Snake is also in the carnivores group. Snake eats animals such as rabbit too, and also rat. It depends. Sometimes big snakes would eat bigger animals such as maybe bears. It depends. Uh, and next, spider. Spider is quite small, so it will eat smaller animals such as butterfly or fly or grasshopper. It depends on the size. A spider, even though it eats animals, it cannot eat something big like a rabbit example. A spider cannot eat a rabbit. It cannot catch a rabbit, but it can catch a smaller animals like this, like butterfly or maybe fly or maybe grasshopper. And spider is also in the carnivore group. And next animal would be eagle. Eagle is also in the carnivore group, and it eats animals such as rats too, and fish. And fish, yes, depends. Maybe it can eat rabbit, of course. Maybe it can eat mice. It looks like a rat but smaller. It depends on. Maybe it eats birds too. But usually this type of animal, it eats something smaller than their body. Next, crocodile. Crocodile is a big animal, so it can eat something bigger, such as, no, not like, yeah, they can eat frogs, but they can also eat something bigger like big fish or even a wildebeest, the name I remember. The name for this animal is wildebeest. It looks like a buffalo, wildebeest buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. So a crocodile have a big body, so it can catch something big and eat them. Polar bear is also a big animal, so the animal that they eat is also quite big, such as fish and seal. They love seals. I saw in the YouTube and television, polar bears love to eat seals. Next, lion is also called the king of the jungle. I'm not sure, because maybe because it's big and it can roar very loud, so it's called the king of the jungle. And the king of the jungle is wildebeest, if they can catch it, of course. Deers, and also a zebra, it depends. If they can catch it, yes, they can eat it. Because lion is big, it can catch something bigger. Okay, next we shall move on to omnivores. Now we have learned about herbivores, animals that eat plants only, and then we learn about carnivores, animals that eat animals only, and then we move on to omnivores, which means animals that eat both plants and animal. Both mean dua-dua, both. Plants, animal too, both. So these animals can eat plants, these animals can eat animals too. Omnivores can eat both plants of animal. Boleh makan dua-dua. Okay, what animals can eat both plants and animal? Grizzly bear. Here, grizzly bear can eat both plants and animals. Ia boleh makan fish. In the TV, in the YouTube, I saw that grizzly bear eats shellfish, kerang-kerangan. Yes, I did saw that in the TV. And then grizzly bear also eat fruits. Fruits are also parts of a plant. So grizzly bear is in the omnivores group. Other animals would be chicken. Chicken is an animal that can eat both plants and animals. That's why they are in omnivores group. Chicken, or some children called it hen. Hen is correct, quite correct. Hen is ayam bini, so we call it hen. It's not wrong to call it hen, or rooster is the same thing. Rooster is the male chicken. Ayam laki is rooster. Ayam bini, hen. But we can also call chicken, no problem. So chicken are in the omnivores group because they can eat what is this, corn and worms. They can eat both plants and sometimes they eat bugs. Yeah, bugs depends on what types of bugs, but then they can eat both plants and animals. Small plants or an animal, small one, fruits maybe, nuts. Yes. Next, omnivores. Animals that are in omnivores group are raccoon, like in the TV, the superhero thing. It's a raccoon. I don't remember what its name, but it's a raccoon. And raccoon eats frog. Raccoon eats nuts. Raccoon eats fruit. Now they are in omnivores group. They can eat both plants and animal. Smaller animals, of course. And next animal would be hedgehog, landak. Hedgehog can eat worms and fruit and tomato and caterpillar. So hedgehog is also in the omnivores group because it can eat both plants and animal. So next animal, chimpanzee. Chimpanzee can eat another monkey. Chimpanzee is known to eat monkeys, and it can eat eggs and banana. Of course, most chimpanzee loves banana. All chimpanzees love banana. I think monkey love banana too. But then chimpanzee is in omnivores group because it can eat animals and plants, both animals and plants. Okay, now for your exercise, I've given you exercise. You can read the notes. Notes is from the link provided. There's also Google Form. Yeah, exercises through Google Form. You can print it out and stick in your exercise book so you can read it later. Okay. Now thank you for watching. But before that, we shall recap week 6 lesson. Before we end our lesson, let's take a look. Animals can be grouped by what type of food they eat. Some animals are herbivores. Herbivores are animals that eat plants only. Some animals are carnivores. Carnivores are animals that eat animals only. And some animals are omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. So I hope you understand this week lesson. Thank you for watching. Share this to your family and friends. If you have friends in year 3, you can share it. For we in Brunei Darussalam, all year 3 are learning the same lesson actually. So it's more or less the same. You can share, subscribe to my channel. So next week you can receive new notification of our new topic for year 3. Okay, until we meet again next week, uh, inshallah, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you again.